Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live in Boston, Massachusetts for PAX East. We're here at the Turtle Beach booth. Revin and Nadeshot coming up next. We're going to have Curse Las Vegas versus Team EnVyUs.
This is going to be a very interesting matchup because I have a lot of friends on both teams. I think we're going to have some good search and destroy games. You know, we have Study, Nameless, we have Ricky, Parasite. I think those are going to be the 4 players to watch in search and destroy. But this is going to be a great matchup. I don't know where EnVyUs is going to be at because they struggled early in the tournament, but just like they always do, they always have that losers run comeback. They played very well against FaZe to eliminate them 3-2. So I'm going to be looking for both of these teams to be coming out hot and just who can take out the other.
All right, so coming to this match, Curse Las Vegas, they are fresh off a win, so I got to think momentum's in their favor. But overall in the tournament, I feel like Envy, they've been slacking a little bit, or at least they're not looking like the team that we're used to seeing.
Yeah. You can attribute that to a lot of things, though, because Call of Duty Championships just went down 2 weeks ago.
Very stressful tournament, you know.
We personally haven't played since then, and I can't imagine that they've been playing much. You know, I saw them hop on for some scrims earlier this week, but you can't ask a team like EnVyUs to go so hard for a tournament when they just spent, you know, the last 4 months preparing for Call of Duty Championships. You know, it's too tough. It's too stressful. There's a lot of pressure, and they needed a break.
All right, so first map of the series looks like it's going to be Strike Zone Domination. Now, you played against Team EnVyUs on this map. What do they like to do?
It's their best map, in my opinion. Their spawn traps are unbelievable. They have amazing pressure. Everyone on their squad can really know their way around the map with SMG. Obviously, they have Rambo, so their map awareness and rotations are going to be very tight on point. So it's going to be an awesome match. We haven't seen Mud Dog play with Curse Las Vegas that much. But we did play them in a 2K tournament. He played very well, so it's going to be really interesting to play out and see what happens.
Yeah, Muddog's a very talented player, and I do feel like when Curse Las Vegas were together with Killa, Strike Zone Domination was their map. It was them and Complexity were the best 2 teams that I played against. I mean, you know, just watching Parasite, this is one of his stronger maps. They know when to rotate, how to rotate, and they're always on the same page.
You got to rotate, homie, you know? You know what I'm saying, right?
You got to be versatile, too.
You got to be versatile, you got to rotate, you got to do a lot of things so that you can win the game. But it looks like we're going to be hopping on board with Parasite. Starting off this match, I definitely think this is the best player to watch, and we are going to go back to talking to each other. False start.
That's fine. Not too sure what's going on. Maybe somebody had the wrong class or
we need to get like a yellow flag, just like the NFL refs, just throw it up in the air.
If you were to throw a yellow flag, who would you throw it at?
I'd probably throw it at Ricky because I would love just to see how he would react. I don't know if he'd know how to handle the situation. He's probably like, dude, you can't throw stuff at me. I wish I had EnVyUs here to do a good impression.
There are a lot of people who actually have a pretty solid Ricky impression. Saints has a pretty good one. Nameless has a great one.
I just love Ricky, dude. I don't know why. Ricky's like the best.
Ricky is funny. I don't think I ever got the chance to team with Ricky.
He's a great teammate. It's just that quiet confidence that he has in game. It just makes you calm and relaxed even when you're in a stressful situation. But in reality, I think everybody here could be a pretty good teammate. Nameless, absolute monster.
Yeah.
Study, the same thing. Merc was always really...
Study's still a youngin'. Study's still up and coming.
Yeah, he was. He is. I mean, he started off this year with, wasn't he teaming with Gucci and Tipsy? Wasn't he a part of
Justice? Yeah, he was on Justice.
At Columbus?
Yeah, Columbus, they placed like third or something.
Third or fourth. And he's really come into his own this year. So that's why I'm a really big fan of Study. You know, Ray, seasoned veteran. He's been a part of Optic Gaming, EnVyUs. He's been all over the place. Extravagant when they were national champions. So just really, there's a lot of history here.
Rambo's old, man. Rambo's actually getting pretty old. He's like 25 now.
You want to know who we should talk about?
Who?
We should talk about Mir.
Miracles? Oh, the Rainbow Six?
Yeah, he started off on Rainbow Six, right? And he came into the scene in Black Ops 2. And to be honest with you, when he first started teaming, I think it was with Rizma.
Yeah, Rizma.
And I'm not sure their first 2 teammates, but I remember playing on like Plaza, Hardpoint, when Black Ops 2 first came out. And I always thought to myself, like, this guy's not going to make it anywhere. You know, I can beat this guy. And it turns out he's an absolute stud in Call of Duty. Call of Duty Championships, without a doubt, was one of the key factors in them taking that tournament.
MLG Dallas, the one that Farico Impact won, was his first MLG.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The kid is a superstar, and to be honest with you, this is going to be such a great matchup. We talked about it very early, but I'm really, really, really excited.
Who do you think is going to win?
You know what? I'm going to have to give the edge to Envy just because they've been a team for so long. Curse Las Vegas has kind of a late pickup, and I don't know how they'll perform together. You just got to give it to Envy. second at Call of Duty Championships. It speaks volumes. You can't really have an argument to that.
All right, so Strike Zone domination, what's kind of the matchup you're going to see here? Nameless, I'm expecting them automatically to put out SMG. I'm not expecting any wacky guns, maybe a shotgun at the break for Rambo, but it all depends on how he does in the mid-game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if anybody brings out the Bison. I think that's a difference maker on this map, especially when you're inside of B. So many plays can be made with that gun. If you're rocking steady aim, you literally can just hip fire and even throw on extended mags, and you'll absolutely destroy. You know, I want to see the versatility in the guns, the Vector Red Dot, MTAR, and then the Bison. I think whatever team really has the best strategy, whatever team has the best rotation is going to win. I mean, you guys all know Strike Zone Dom. I would like to try and point it out just as much as we can with the mini-map when teams are rotating, because I feel like a lot of players that are watching the stream can learn from that. Just giving up a flag, knowing when to rotate. That's the team that's going to win this match. That's the team that's going to be successful.
Kind of go in a triangle.
Yeah, really, it really is a triangle. You got to be moving at all times. Quick decisions, that's the key.
All right, guys, so the malfunction that we had was somebody's headset, I believe, wasn't working, so we swapped that out real quick. We're in the game now. Curse Las Vegas versus Team EnVyUs, Strike Zone domination. We're going to be watching Parasite at the start, and what he's doing here is he's spawning out and spawning back in to try to get a better spawn. So
yeah, we actually have Clayster do that on Sovereign Dom. Spawns out, spawns in. Hopefully
you could do it on Blitz, and you could actually score.
Yeah, we did that at Champs. They had to end the game. We were up 1-0 versus Complexity on Warhawk. Unfortunately, they didn't let us keep that lead, but we're hopping right on board with Parasite. He's going to be moving up mid-steps. That's a really good breakout, and I'm not sure if he's going to be pushing C flag or
flank. He likes to flank here. He likes to go into closet, but I mean, yeah, there we go. He's going to move into B. He's got two players to take out here, but he's got a teammate right behind him. That's going to be Miracles.
See, they go 3 down, Curse LV, and Envy off to a hot start already. We're going to have a confrontation here in Pro Shop, but all 4 players of Curse LV are trying to rotate over that flag, so whoever's alive at C really needs to try his best to get some kills. But as you can see already, Merc knew the rotation was coming. He's already on A, and by the time that Curse LV got to C and is capturing that flag, Merc was on A. He gets killed. They're not going to cap it, so a big gunfight right there for Curse LV. We have Rambo getting back on C, going to get shot in the back.
That was a weird spawn. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't.
Rambo jumped on the C flag, and they're controlling B, and the player that killed him actually spawned right outside closet here. So Rambo is anticipating them to come from the Pro Shop area since they were attacking the A flag. But Rambo just kind of guessed wrong, and he got shot in his back.
I like what Merc's doing here. He's kind of holding closet for his team, and he's also in a really good position. If he has teammates that go down at A, he can rotate straight to C. You know, he's going to have a gunfight right here, and they end up winning that. One player pushing top hall from Curse LV, so Merc might meet up with him in just a second, but it seems they just missed each other. He's going back, top C stairs, looking for these kills, and he gets a nice 2-piece.
That's the easiest 2-piece you can get.
Exactly, and that's just map awareness right there. Merc is playing very patient, and he's doing for his team. That's 2 kills right there, 4 in a row. Merc is on a tear, absolutely destroying.
Yeah, and even if Merc got taken out, Curse Las Vegas, what they were trying to do was push him through into the B flag area. But Nameless was right behind him. He had his back covered, so if Merc got taken out, Nameless was there to pick up the kills. Now Merc is going to be pushing in for the C flag as Envy. They're trying to work the 3-cap, one on the bridge. Merc
is on a 7-kill streak
kids right now.
And not only is he on a 7-kill streak, well, he was, but he put down trophies and put his life on the line for the flag. And that's just good map awareness. I mean, just watching the mini-map is like watching a symphony. He just knew exactly where to go at what times. It's just very cool to watch from a third-person perspective. 2
big kills from Study, defending B once again, and just constant aggression from this Envy squad. They're constantly neutralizing that flag, putting so much pressure on Curse LV right now.
They got very close to a 3-cap right there. They really did. And so now you see them with a 20-point lead, and only half the game is over. So to be honest with you, I would love to see them kind of tone it back a little bit, you know, not play as aggressive. Obviously, it's brought them success early, but the biggest thing on Strike Zone domination is holding a lead and a nice 2-piece with Nameless. I can hear him erupting behind me with excitement.
Oh,
and
man!
That was absolutely dirty with the 3-piece and the knife. Everyone on Envy is making plays right now.
Yeah, everybody. You saw 2 pieces from Merc, 2 pieces from Study, and now Nameless going big. So Envy, they're being so aggressive. Have you guys experimented with just holding the 3-cap for as long as you can? What do you usually do?
Wow, look at that headshot from Merc. That was sick. But it's too hard to hold a 3-cap on this map because, you know, the rule of thumb is you're going to spawn where your last flag was captured.
Yeah.
But I feel like that rule has been kind of broken on this map, and even Sovereign. When you get that 3 cap, they're going to get a sporadic spawn, maybe courtyard, maybe mid steps, top C stairs, closet. You never really know where it's going to go down, so I don't like pushing the 3 cap at all. I tell my team not to do it.
And speaking of giving up flags, Envy had to do it right there. As Curse Las Vegas decided to push on to A, Envy decided to push right to C. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as all 4 go down, and now it's Curse Las Vegas led by Parasite. Look at that scoreboard, 16 and 10.
Let's try and stay on board with him because he seems to be the only one on Curse LV.
Let's stay with him through the respawn.
He seems to be the only player that's kind of finding success on this map. They are down by a very significant amount, only a minute left. Right now, what they're probably doing, they're not panicking, they're just trying to do damage control, trying to bring this back as much as possible so that they have a chance on the second side. And nice kill right there by Parasite. He's going to be hopping on the flag, but he is going to get shot from behind as those Envy players are still swarming inside of B.
Yeah, here comes Muddog, though, through Kitchen. Has a teammate coming from Closet. This is going to be Ricky, so maybe he could try to make a play happen. Of course, one more player left to get past. He's set up over near the pillar, and shots going down. Ricky unable to get the kill. Merc. So many clutch kills. That's a 3-piece for him.
Yeah, Merc is on a tear, and he's having a terrific game. 16-8 with 2 captures on another kill streak. He's just playing so well. And that's actually why I put him on my all-star team for this map, because I've seen him do this before.
And they have a 3 cap going right now.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, when we parted ways with Merc back in Optic Gaming, we never really thought he could adapt to an SMG, and he's obviously proved a lot of people wrong in that moment because he's going off, and he does a very good job getting captures and blitz as well.
Yeah, this is a lot of points that Envy is getting right now from this 3 cap. Right now they're up by over 50 points, which, you know, we talked about how tough it was to, you know, well, how much like an 18-point lead was.
Right.
What is a 50-point lead like?
It's a lot, and to be honest with you, I'd be so bold to say it's insurmountable. You don't ever see teams win by 100, or not by 100, but cross that 100 border on
I'd say
zone.
the map you see it the most on would probably be Octane.
Octane, and with pro teams, you don't even see that often anymore. In the past, when teams really didn't know how to rotate in Octane, you'd see a lot of blowouts, but now that they're on strike zone and they reached 100, I don't want to say they lost strike zone domination, but I think it's not looking too good for Curse LV.
I mean, Parasite did some serious work, 20 and 15. His teammates 9, 9, and 7 for their kill comms, but you know, he just needs a little bit of help in that slaying department. But nice try from Parasite. It's going to be very tough for them to come back from that deficit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it plays out. You know, they're going to have to come out really strong, maybe even push to 3 cap. They're going to have at least a minute or 2 of 3 capping, and on strike zone, that's just really, really difficult.
You think they're going to be able to do it?
I mean, the caster in me from the sidelines wants to say, yeah, dude, it's going to be an epic match. But in reality, as a player standpoint, if I lost by that significant amount,
I'm kind of upset.
Even in a tournament, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. But that's not the attitude you can have in the middle of a tournament, and I'm pretty sure that these guys know that too.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're just going to try to find their stride here moving into the second half, you know, maybe get a little bit warmed up. You know, first game jitters out of the way, even though they're just coming fresh off a win. But the second side has just started back up. Who do you want to watch at the beginning of this game?
Let's stay on board with Merc. Merc or Nameless.
That's
just
good
because
choice.
We saw both of them go on some tears, and I would love to see it again. You know, just keep that mindset and that map awareness that they had in the first game, and just keep playing as a team. I think they're going to do a very good job of that, and that's who we should be on board with.
All right, so we're going to jump right to Merc once this game starts. I mean, just that whole first side was just clutch plays from everybody on Team Envy. You saw every single person on the team go big at one point or another.
Yeah, and the rotations at first got a little hectic, but as soon as they settled into the game, Envy had them trapped at C. You know, when we saw Merc go on that 7-kill streak, and then Nameless with that nasty 3-piece, I got to see a replay of that, dude. He got both those kills. I can hear him going, oh!
And then he just stabbed the dude in the chest.
Yeah, dude, Nameless went off.
It's funny because you go to his YouTube channel, right? And you see just him getting destroyed, you know, just by online connection stuff. And then he comes to land, and he does that to other people.
Yeah, dude, I love Nameless, man. And with how much I hang out with EnVyUs, they were really good friends, so he's always doing Nameless impressions. So it's always fun to see him in person and actually hear it.
All right, starting off with Merc. Big kill on C if he's able to get it. Took some shots into him, but Miracle's woken up in the side. Let's switch right over to Study. That's right now he's the only one in the B flag.
They completely neglected B and crossed through front door. They went all the way around.
They actually did this in the last game, too.
Yeah, they did, and they're not bad communication there. I don't think anybody had eyes on Kitchen, and even if they did, it's a very hard gunfight to win. I would have liked to see them maybe put one on the flag, other one watch Kitchen. I think that would have been a better play, but hindsight's 20/20, especially when we have Codcaster.
Yeah, a lot of time when somebody's going to come through Kitchen, they'll start pre-firing that B flag corner, like as they're coming through Kitchen. That's kind of the best way to go at it in my eyes. But watching Mud Dog right now, they're trying to attack the B flag. Solid shots, takes out Study right there. 2 down right now for EnVy, make it 3 as Miracle picks up Merc. All 4 down. Mud Dog looking for the capture on B.
Yeah, now if these 2 players that are roaming around middle map can get to C in time, they might be able to get this 3 cap. Looks like EnVy's going to get it back, but I want to see them try and lock them in and then get aggressive on that 3 cap because they definitely need it.
They might be a little too aggressive. One player pushing downstairs, another one through Pro Shop. They immediately recognized that that player near Pro Shop and backed up, so all of EnVy spawning up near the statue, but Miracles, these are some important kills inside B.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job of rotating back and forth. You see a pre-fire there. You know, that's a very popular thing to do. He almost got the neutralization down at C, but I want to see EnVy kind of coordinate this push to B because they really need to kill Miracles because he's just wreaking havoc in their spawn, causing a lot of chaos, and they're not going to be able to move out of the base until he's dead. And obviously, Hill goes down, and it looks like they're making a strong, aggressive push to B. They have 3 people, and then another guy floating around in A, maybe looking for those spawn kills, and just like that, he did end up not killing him. But you know, they're going to get on B, and they're going to be having some damage control right now. They're doing a very good job of getting out of that spawn that they had.
Now, I'd say that was a pretty good start from Curse Las Vegas, but there's still a lot of work to be done. As you see on the scoreboard, EnVy, they're up 54 overall going into the side, so their lead has been cut down to 42.
Yeah,
that's still a lot of points.
Yeah, and just a little disclaimer here, guys. I'm sorry if I'm kind of trailing off from what you're watching on screen. When I'm codcasting, I tend to pay attention to the mini-map the whole time, and it allows me to follow the game a lot better. So if I'm not really, directing traffic on screen, I'll leave Revan to that.
So looking at the scoreboard here, it looks like Study's off to a rough start, but I imagine EnVy's game plan here is just to trade flags the rest of the game.
Yeah,
they never really have to hold 2 flags for a long period of time. They just need to make sure they have one and then just trade it off.
And like we talked about at the beginning of the game, if they just do the triangle offense, maybe a little Phil Jackson in there, they'll easily win this game. All they have to do is trade flags, just like you said. And that's all you can ask for. EnVy is in a really good spot right now. If I were them, I would keep the communication going. Even though they have the win, I would just keep the communication flowing so that in Search and Destroy, they just have that mindset that, okay, we're going to 3-0 these guys.
So just to do a little bit of math for you guys, if you're holding 2 flags and your opponent is holding 1, you get plus 12 points on them a minute.
Yeah.
So with 2 minutes remaining, Curse Las Vegas, they can't afford just to maybe try to spawn trap EnVy the rest of the game inside B. They're going to have to push for that 3rd flag at one point.
No, absolutely. And even with the 3 cap, I forget, it's either 12 points or 18. It's not 12, it's 18 points or... Do you know the calculation for a 3 cap, how many points you get per minute?
Yeah, 36.
36? Okay, Scump usually does that for us, surprisingly. You would think out of all people, Scump would not be a mathematical wizard. Dude, in the middle of the game, there'll be like 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. He's like, all right, we'll win with the 2 cap. We'll get this amount of points. I'm like, hey, thanks a lot, Scump.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to Merc because they actually won a domination game by 1 point, and they did it by holding 1 flag. It was a very ballsy move. So I was asking, I was like, who made that call? Who did the calculation? Merc was like, that was me.
Yeah, and that's really awesome to have on a team. If you guys are forming teams right now or you're in the stages of getting into competitive Call of Duty,
you should look for someone with a math degree.
Yeah, you need somebody who can be intelligent in game while still playing his game. Early on in my career, I kind of struggled with that. It's trying to delegate where players need to go and keeping the right mindset while trying to perform as best I can. It gets easier as you go on, but if you could have a player that keeps those kind of stats in their head, it's huge.
Well, this game, Curse Las Vegas, they have a decent lead right now, right? They're up by 26 points, but there's just not enough time left for them to come back to this game. EnVy, they're going to come out strong. They're going to take map 1 in this series, and this is the loser semifinal match. The winner will, of course, go on, playing the rest of the tournament on Championship Sunday. But looking at the scoreboard real quick, Miracles, he played very well, 16-10 with 3 caps, but when you lose a side by 54 points, you got to play the next one perfectly to even try to come back.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they kind of had a strong performance in the second side because that's going to lead them on to Search and Destroy and just have that confidence. We keep talking about having the right mentality, right mindset, and it really does play a big factor into what you're going to do the next map. I get easily frustrated when we lose, especially if it's like a best of 3 online.
Yeah.
And you can't have that attitude. As you guys can see, Merc on screen and just had a monster series. 6 captures that game. So first side he did the slaying, second side he did the captures. He really did it all. So props to Merc. He was a game changer right there.
Yeah, you could definitely tell just by the stats that their goal going into that side was just to trade flags. Merc 6 captures. That's a lot.
That's massive. That's absolutely massive. But when we come back We're going to be moving on to map number 2, Search and Destroy, with this amazing matchup versus Curse LV and EnVy. Obviously, you guys just saw the boys in blue with a 1-0 lead, but we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to go on to map number 2. Come on!